Welcome students, welcome to our channel Helm of Science. So in today's physics class will be a little different, and you can see it in my board. It will be a question answer session on NEET physics. I'll discuss some previous year's questions on the chapter of oscillation. So let's start our journey today. Okay, so it is given that the kinetic energy is K naught cos square omega t, and this will be maximum when this is 1, that is cos omega t is equal to 0 degree. At 0 degree this is maximum, so kinetic energy will be maximum at this, and in this condition potential energy will be minimum and will be equal to 0, and this situation will be vice versa. That is when potential energy is maximum, kinetic energy will be minimum. So as the total energy remains constant, total energy is equal to constant. So the maximum potential energy, total energy, we can write total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So in case of potential energy is maximum, kinetic energy will be minimum is equal to 0. So 0 plus maximum potential energy will be K0, as the this is the constant, total energy is constant, K0 is the total energy, K0. So option C will be right answer. Potential energy will be K0 and kinetic energy, total energy will be K0. And in question number 2, we have been asked to find the amplitude of the wave y. Y is equal to A naught A cos omega t plus B sin omega t, and we can write it y minus A0 is equal to A cos omega t plus B sin omega t, and this is the total constant value, and it is equivalent to amplitude. Let it write y prime is equal to A cos omega t plus B sin omega t, and this sign can be written as y prime is equal to A cos omega t plus B cos pi by 2 minus omega t. This is easy, and there is a formula for amplitude. You know that is A square plus B square plus 2AB cos pi by 2. Why pi by 2? Because the phase angle is pi by 2, that's why. So this is 0, and amplitude will be A square plus B square. This is our amplitude, and this is option C. Number 3. Here there is a simple picture. This is a container like thing, and a material or a ball is placed here or released from here. Then what will be the resultant graphical representation of our answer of the simple harmonic motion? And this is Vx, the mass of the body is m. So So our xt diagram will be like this. This is t and here it is x. As the ball is releasing, we are releasing the ball from here. This is the maximum amplitude, and at the initial at t is equal to 0, it is at the maximum amplitude. So let's say this is the maximum at t is equal to 0, and at suppose at t is equal to t1, it will be in the middle or at the mean position. That is the amplitude will be 0. Suppose this is t1, and again at time t2, let's say time t2, the ball will be on the other side of the amplitude. So suppose this is t2. So as it is a problem and the ball will go and move towards this parabolic path, so it will definitely a simple harmonic oscillation. So according to our knowledge, the graph will be like this. Okay, so our t2 will be like here. This is the maximum amplitude and this is the maximum amplitude. This t is equal to 0. This is the t1 and this is t2. So option A is correct. Now coming to number 4. In this question we have some given condition. What are those? Let's see. That is the maximum amplitude A is given 3 centimeter, and the displacement is given x is equal to 2 centimeter at some instant, 2 centimeter, and there is a condition that at 2 centimeter the velocity is equal to the acceleration, the magnitude of the acceleration. So we know acceleration is written as minus omega square x. So as we take only the magnitude, we will neglect the negative sign. And in the SHM case, we have to remember the velocity formula: v is equal to omega into a square minus x square, and acceleration a is equal to omega square x. So according to the given condition, magnitude of velocity is equal to magnitude of acceleration. So omega of a square minus x square is equal to omega square x. Now we are squaring both sides. That is omega square a square minus x square is equal to omega square omega to the power 4 x square, and it will cancel out. A square minus x square is equal to omega square x. So what we have to find? We have to find the time period t. So we know t is equal to 2 pi by omega. So we have to find omega from this. So omega square is equal to a square minus x square by x square. So it will be like a by x whole square minus 1. This is our omega square, and we know these values. So let's put it here. A by x, that is 3 by 2 whole square minus 1, and it will become 9 by 2 minus 1, that 9 by 4 minus 1, that is 9 minus 4 by 4, that is 5 by 4. This is our omega square value, 5 by 4, and here omega is equal to root under 5 by 4, and it will be 5 by 2. So what will be the time period? Time period is equal to 2 pi by omega is equal to 2 pi 2 by root 5 and is equal to 4 pi by root 5. And second, this is the important unit, you have to write unit. So the option B is correct answer. Problem 5. Here time period is given 2 seconds and the extended length, let's say L1 or L2 is 4 times of L1. That is, we have increased the length by 4 times. So what will be our time period? Change in time period, this is our question. So we know time period is equal to 2 pi root L by G, and this whole term is a constant, so T is proportional to root L. Now we can write it like T1 by T2 is equal to root under L1 by L2, and from this T1 by T2 is equal to root under here L1 is L1 and our L2 is 4L1, that is increased by 4 times, and L1 get cancelled, so it will be 1 by 4 and it is 1 by 2. So by cross multiplying, 2T1 is equal to T2. So as T1 is equal to 2 seconds, so T2 will be 2 cross 2 is equal to 4 seconds, and the option D is correct in this case. Now number 6, it is a very important problem and watch it carefully. And the interesting part of this problem is first we try to understand the problem. Here there is a mass and is submerged in the water, and this is the length which is submerged inside the water. The mass of the body is m, and the cross section, this is a cross section, this cross section is A. And what we did, we just pushed it little here and tried to dip it down the water, so it will be like this. I'm trying to draw. First understand the problem, then the solution will come out automatically. Now this is the new water level after pushing, and the previous water level was this. So this is L and we have pushed it by Y. So because of this pushing, there is one force of water from downwards, and this as this push is vertical, that is there is no horizontal component, so you can easily understand from this there will be a simple harmonic oscillation, as the body which is submerged in the water will try to float again and will try to remain in this position. So there will be a restoring force which will try this block to restore in this position, and that is why there is a restoring force, and that is why this will execute a SHM. Now as it will be a SHM, there will be a time period, and the question is the time period will vary upon which factor. Here are many factors. Here is M, here is L, here is A, and here is the density, most importantly density of the water, that is rho given, and rho. These 4 factors are given in the options, and which will be here and in which form. So let's try to understand. And remember one thing, that there is only the buoyant force downside from the downwards position, no side force is here. So you can guess it from this, that the buoyant force or the time period will depend only on A, that is the cross sectional area. The higher the cross sectional area, the lower the time period. That is the wider the object, or wider the surface of the body, lower the time period. You can guess, but you will do it mathematically. Now when the block is floating, in floating condition, the mass or the weight of the block is AL rho into G. Now we applied a force here and displaced by it a little amount Y. So there will be a restoring force, and the restoring force equation, it will be equal to, and it is always minus, we know that, it will be equal to, let's put the minus side aside, A, the new changed length, L plus Y, new changed length, and as it was before earlier, this is our change force due to change length, and the weight was still there, mg. So if we take minus outside rho g, this will and by simplifying this, we can easily get F is equal to minus A rho g y. So F is equal to, we get minus A rho g y, and this will direct downward equilibrium and it will try to restore the block in equilibrium position. So this is the restoring force, and this is a SHM equation. Okay, so as this is a SHM equation, and there is a spring like oscillation up and down, so the time period of spring is 2 pi root m by k. So what can we conclude here? There is the inertia factor m, which is fixed in this case, and 2 pi is also fixed, and there remains k, and we know the from the SHM equation F is equal to minus kx, and this k is this portion, so k is equal to A rho g. The time period t will be 2 pi root m by A rho g. So from the given options, we can conclude that t is proportional to 1 by root under A. That is option C is the correct answer. And number 7, it is quite interesting. Why? Let's see. We have a spring, and it is been carted down like this and this, with spring constant k1, k2 and k3 respectively, and it is of ratio 1:2:3, and the total 1 plus 2 plus 3 becomes 6. So the spring constant will be 6 ones are 6, k 6 to 6 by 1, that is, this is 6 by 1, and this is 6 by 2, that is 3, and this is 3k, and it is 6 by 3, it is 2, and it will be 2k. So our spring constant becomes like 6k, 3k and 2k. Now it is connected. So 6k, 3k, 2k. Now when it is connected in parallel condition, that is in this condition, the total spring constant will be like, and always remember the springs acts like capacitor. So the spring constant K prime will be 6k plus 3k plus 2k, and this is 11k. And when it is in series, that is this and this, it will be like 1 by k double prime is equal to 1 by 6k plus 1 by 3k plus 1 by 2k, and it will become 6k 1 plus 2 plus 3, and it will be what, 6 by 6k, it is 1 by k. So k double prime is equal to k. Here is a little confusion was, this is k double prime and this is single k prime. So now our problem is k prime is to k double prime, and that will be k is to 11k, and that is 1 is to 11 is equal to 1 by 11. So the answer is B. So this was your final problem for this class, and welcome to our channel once again at last, and always follow our channel. Thank you.